The Senate Armed Services Committee received a complete briefing on materials now being sent to resupply Israel. Mississippi Democrat John Stennis then reported on the meeting.
Opinion, does Israel need a great deal more American assistance at this point, and must we provide it to them?
Well, I've said that I was in favor of battlefield replacements. That's the term I got up. But, and I favor that, and I think there's a lot of things got to be settled by Israel and the Egyptians, as well as our own interest, as well as that of Soviet Russia.
Senator,
so neither one can annihilate the other or be permitted to here in a few days. I think we've got to hold the line, so to speak, for a while anyway. But I don't think that means rushing in with ground troops or anything like that as we did in Vietnam.
Senator,
I'm opposed to that.
If I could read you a line or two. Admiral, can you tell us first what sort of a briefing you gave the senators, the committee?
Yes, I gave first a briefing on the background, the way the war began. Secondly, on the current situation today. And then thirdly, I gave an overview of the manner in which we are
I support this idea of replacements and
pilots flying Egyptian planes in the Middle East.
there are indications that some North Koreans are in Egypt flying Egyptian planes and have been flying essentially defensive patrols.
How serious do you regard
Just a minute.
this,
I think it should be noted that these flights are within the boundaries of Egypt, but not outside Egypt. Not outside Egypt.
You would call them defensive combat?
Well, I use the term defensive patrol, and in essence, they've been flying up and down the canal.
But there are reports of
The shades of gray on whether it's a greater.
Give Israel everything she needs to defend herself.
Well, one thing we certainly do not want to do, so I don't want to do, is to send any of our own people out there to fight. Airmen, ground troops, and so forth. But I think with that reservation, and their credit is pretty good, certainly a lot better than some of the other countries that we've been extending credit to in the Far East. Well, I think that it's incumbent on us to try to help them survive, and it may be a question of survival if these negotiations fail.
Then you would...
Spokesman would not comment directly on reports that they may ask for $2 billion extra in the defense budget to continue to aid Israel. They did say that more money may be necessary to continue the resupplying effort. This is Bob Gore on Capitol Hill.